Hey guys, my name is Martin and welcome back to FMB TV, the channel that shows you all you need to know about mountain bikes. Today, I'm going to review you the list of things that you need to look for when you go and get yourself a mountain bike. There is some common and easy things for you to spot, and I'm going to show you how to find them and always get the best of your deal.
Number 1. Gears and shifters. That, in my opinion, is one of the most common issue with second-hand bike. Most of the time, the bike has not been serviced for a while and the gears may slip or do not go on all of the cogs. Fortunate for us, if there is any issue which require changing the cable or just adjusting the gears. Not many things can go wrong with the shifters, but when it does, it always results in replacing them with new. You want to make sure there is no cracks or damage on them and they go on all of the gears. Number 2. Brakes. No matter what type of brakes you have, V-brake, cable disc brake or hydraulic brakes, we should always check the brake pads and the overall condition of the caliper. If the brakes are hydraulic, make sure there is no excessive oil on the caliper. You also want to check the overall look of your disc brake for any signs of rust or any bending. Moving to the brakes, we want to make sure they're nice and smooth to press. Any stiffness here may be caused by rusty cables and we'll need to replace them. On the other hand, if the brakes are hydraulic, make sure they're not soft, as that will mean they have air in the system and you will need to bleed them. Number 3. Suspension. Depending on what type of bike you're looking at, either be hardtail or a full suspension, you want to make sure they work well. You want to check for any signs of rust or oil over the fork, as if that's the case, you'll need to service them. You also want to check the lockout for the suspension, if it's working well, as that's a quite common thing to go wrong with it. And if that's the case, it may be an easy fix or it could go all wrong. Also, you want to have a look of the overall condition of the suspension, and if you do have a rebound button, make sure to check it too. Number 4. Hubs. We are now moving to the bearings of the bike. I cannot stress enough the importance of always checking the hubs of your potential bike. Is there any excessive movement? It is easy to check and important not to miss, as if they're gone, you have to replace them with new. For someone who knows what they're doing, it's an easy enough procedure. Number 5. Bottom bracket. That is easy to check and detect. Is there any noise when you cycle? Is there any excessive movement? If there is any movement in the bottom bracket, that means that you have to replace it with new. That is easy with the right tools, but sometimes if the bike is a little bit older, the bracket may be stiff and difficult to come out. This problem is common and it's something you want to avoid. Number 6. Headset. The last group of bearings for you to check is the headset. Again, that is another quite common issue with second-hand bikes and it's extremely easy to spot. Not easy to fix, as you need to take the forks off and then remove the bearings. There is 2 sets of bearings, top and bottom. They're responsible for the overall control of your bike. You can easily detect that by pressing the front brake and feel if there is any excessive movement from the headset. And if there is no movement at all, that's even better. Number 7. Derailleurs. Now, looking at the derailleur, we want to see if there is any signs of bending or damage. The derailleur is responsible for distributing the chain to the different size cogs on the cassette. If there is any damage, it will result in not properly selecting the gears when you ride it. Number 8. Chain and cassette. When you ride the bike, you really want to put as much pressure as you can possibly can, so you really can check the strength of the cassette and see if the chain is weared. Over time and use, the chain may be weared and that will result in gears slipping. If that's the case, then we'll need to replace it with new. That's an easy fix with the right tools in hand. Number 9. Wheels and tires. As you can imagine, the tires are very important for the overall experience of your bike. So make sure the tires are not bald or there are no cracks on them. Looking at the wheels, you really want to check if the spokes are tight and if the wheels are not bent, as if that's the case, you'll definitely need to straighten them.
Finally, is the overall look of the bike. Do you really like it? Does it worth it? Can I get it for a better deal? That's some of the questions I'm asking myself when I go and buy a second-hand mountain bike. Considering you like it, I really want to go for it. Why not try to get it even cheaper? My goal is always to get it cheaper once I get there, and now I know that you can do it too. I wish this video has helped you in many ways, and now you know what to look for when you go and buy a second-hand mountain bike. Thank you for watching FMB TV, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and share so more people like you can enjoy it. Goodbye.